Now on Good Morning Northwest, 3 American soldiers killed and more than 30 others injured by a drone attack in Jordan. Who the U.S. says is responsible and how the president is responding.
Very warm again today. In fact, record heat in some areas, including Spokane. But we are going to see some things change. We'll have the timing and what they are coming your way.
And Super Bowl 58 is set. It came down to 2 really exciting playoff games and now a Chiefs-49ers rematch. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for being with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. It is Monday, January 29th. We've got a nice day on the horizon here. Let's toss things over to Mark Peterson with what he's tracking today.
Well, fog to start. We definitely have that downtown Spokane, also into Coeur d'Alene, where we're sitting at 37 degrees there. We're at 38. We're going to see this fog through the morning hours, and then it's going to break off more fog again tomorrow morning, potentially. Now, record warmth as we look at the 4 things you need to know. Today, it's fog to sunshine. Oh, yeah, it's going to be there. More rain coming into our region, but that's not going to be till midweek. And then the weekend is going to get cooler, which could coincide with a little bit of snow moving into the Pacific Northwest. Forecast radar for today. It's going to be nice. We're going to have, again, mostly sunny skies. Got a couple clouds out there. We've got to get this fog to burn off. And then we'll start to see some increased clouds coming in tonight into Tuesday with about a 10 to 15% chance of scattered showers tomorrow. 38 currently, 37 at Coeur d'Alene, 37 Bonners Ferry, Grand Coulee, 38, 40 into Ritzville. Tri-Cities 37. Tri-Cities has a dense fog advisory till noon. If you're heading that way, I expect to have some delayed travel. Our high today, again, that record high 55. Previous record 53, set back in 2018.
An overnight drone strike killed 3 U.S. service members and wounded dozens in Jordan near the Syrian border.
The U.S. blames Iranian-backed militants for the attack. Let's get right over to Sydney Charles at the Breaking Now desk with the latest details from the Middle East.
Robin, Natalie, this marks the first time U.S. troops in the Middle East have been killed by Iranian-backed militants since the Israel-Hamas war began in October. This morning, President Biden is vowing to respond. The White House says the militants launched an explosive drone into a U.S. base near the Syrian border. Officials say 3 American troops were killed and at least 34 others were injured. 8 troops had to be evacuated for a higher level of care. The Pentagon says the injuries include shrapnel wounds and possible traumatic brain injuries. The Secretary of Defense saying the U.S. will respond at a time and place of our choosing. Biden confirmed the attacks yesterday.
We had a tough day last night in the Middle East. We lost 3 brave souls, and we shall respond.
Iranian-backed militants have intensified recent attacks, launching more than 160 attacks on U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria since October. Following the attacks this weekend, some lawmakers now say going after the militants involved isn't enough. They're calling for strikes against Iran itself. Some analysts worry that could result in global conflict.
Better have a smoking gun showing that they ordered this particular strike, or you're going to create a lot of international antibodies against that action.
About 350 U.S. Army and Air Force personnel are deployed at the base in Jordan that came under attack. But in this case, air defenses failed to intercept the drone attack. Now, Iran has denied any involvement in these attacks. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now. Robin.
Sydney, thank you. Fire burned a small metal shop in Stevens County, destroying the building and everything inside. The Stevens County Fire District got the fire under control yesterday morning, but not before the shop in Suncrest was destroyed. The fire district says improper heating appears to be the cause of that fire.
Well, today the City Council will vote on an ordinance to expand the use of beer gardens across Spokane. The Family-Friendly Festivals Ordinance was introduced earlier this month by the Spokane City Council members Paul Dillon and Zach Sapone. The ordinance would allow for all-age beer gardens on city street events. Sapone says this ordinance would allow families to stay together at street festivals, making events like these more family-friendly, while still aligning with local and state liquor guidelines. The City Council is voting on this tonight.
Anyone attending Washington State University next year should expect to pay a little more, at least most people. The WSU Board of Regents approved a 3% raise in tuition Friday. A full-time undergrad can expect to see an increase of a little more than $300 starting this fall. The increase will not affect those students in the pharmacy, veterinary, or nursing programs. Two nail-biting games determined this year's Super Bowl matchup.
Good weekend of football. They included a historic meltdown for the Motor City, a lucky ladybug, and a post-game kiss seen around the world. It was heartbreak in Detroit, the Lions falling short of reaching their first Super Bowl in franchise history, losing to the 49ers in an epic collapse. The Lions held a 24-7 lead at halftime, only to surrender 27 straight points, led by quarterback Brock Purdy, eventually winning it 34-31.
But then our guys got those turnovers, man, kept it rolling, and D shut him out there in the second half, and this dude right next to me made it happen.
In the AFC Championship game, the Chiefs' defense shocking Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, holding them to just 10 points. Travis Kelce made history. His 152nd postseason catch broke the record held by Jerry Rice. Kelce, quarterback Patrick Mahomes, and their Chiefs heading to the Super Bowl for the second consecutive year and the fourth time in 5 years.
You gotta fight for your right to party!
And for many, especially on my social media feed, this was the real highlight of the game. Kelce and girlfriend Taylor Swift locking lips in the field after the big win. The Super Bowl is coming up February 11th in Las Vegas, the rematch of the 2020 Super Bowl where the Chiefs won. And it is impressive how many times the Chiefs have made it to the Super Bowl the last couple of years.
For sure.
Credit where credit's due, but I know some people are definitely rooting against them.
I was. I was, and then there I am. I also was rooting against the freaking 49ers, so not a great weekend for me. All right, but we have been hurting for, wet weather for a while.
Now
I mean, not recently, but.
Yeah, we got a ton. We got a ton coming our way. In fact, we're going to see rain showers. Well, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. In fact, Wednesday it'll kick in. For today, it is the fog that will turn to sunshine. We're going to have a full check of your forecast coming up.
This week, we're sharing tips to help you stretch your dollars at the grocery store. We have all the information you need coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
And the Mona Lisa souped. Why protesters threw soup on the iconic painting, just right on the other side of this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
You're feeding it.
I will, I promise. Thanks to our Premier Rewards Visa credit card from ICCU, we earned enough cash back to stock up on puppy supplies.
But we don't have a puppy. They're very convincing children.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe with 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care, so you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2024 from Findlay.
Want to instantly look more attractive and years younger? The solution is whiter teeth. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." From that point on, I've been sold.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. After 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns.
This is a Power Swab smile. This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this new year. You'll also receive the Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping.
The Cottages of Spokane is unique in-memory care, designed with freedom of movement and community in mind. The 4 cottages provide an intimate, comfortable home-like atmosphere where residents are free to move among the cottages, arranged around a 4-season discovery garden. The entire community is secure and invites exploration, providing residents with as much freedom and socialization as possible. The highly skilled staff specialize in memory care and invite you to tour this unique and home-like facility. The Cottages of Spokane.
It is just about 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Today, a hearing begins to decide whether Alex Murdaugh should receive a new murder trial.
He is serving 2 consecutive life sentences for murdering his wife and son. But Murdaugh's attorneys allege the court clerk, Rebecca Hill, tampered with the jury. They say she inappropriately discussed the case with jurors, pressured them to conclude deliberations quickly, and misrepresented information to the trial judge. Hill denies these allegations. The South Carolina Attorney General's office, which led the prosecution, is urging the court against a retrial.
A possible border deal could head to the Senate floor in the coming days, but former President Donald Trump is trying to tank the compromise, and he may win enough support to kill the bipartisan legislation. Components of the deal include a new authority that allows the president to shut down the border between ports of entry when unlawful crossings reach high levels, reforming the asylum system to resolve cases in a shorter time frame, and expediting work permits.
Climate demonstrators flung soup at the Mona Lisa in Paris on Sunday. The painting is protected by some glass. The video shows these demonstrators throwing orange liquid before ducking beneath a protective barrier. The protesters are with a French environmental group whose name translates to Food Response. The activist group claimed on social media they wanted to draw attention to unsustainable food production and hunger in France.
A gallon of gas is getting cheaper in the U.S. The average price right now is $3.10. That's a significant decrease from the all-time peak of $4.67 in the fall of 2022. Washington State still has some of the highest priced gas in the nation, but Spokane is significantly lower at $3.52 a gallon. Kootenai County, lower still and closer to the national average at $3.15.
Monday morning, your 10-second takeaway. It's going to be patchy fog, dense in some places. Take it easy. Sunshine this afternoon. It'll burn off hopefully quickly. Easy going this morning. Light layers. Grab the sunglasses. 55 the high today.
It's now 6:12.
Right after this break, we'll be checking back in with Allison Martinez, who's updating us on the current state of food insecurity and the crisis in the inland Northwest.
And as we send you to a commercial break, here's a live look at Riverfront Park on a foggy Monday morning.
Taxes aren't free, but your furnace could be. This holiday season, when you purchase a Daikin air conditioning unit, you'll receive a Daikin furnace free. That's right, free. Let us keep you and your family comfortable all year round. Contact Mainstream today.
Monday it's
an all-new Kelly!
Yeah! With Kevin James. And from Zorro, Renata Notni. I'm such a foodie person. Do you like pizza?
Look at me and ask that question again.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
At Cal Cars, you never know what you'll find. Like all-wheel drives, tricked-out high-performance trucks, sporty low-mileage SUVs, and reliable, fun rides.
We always have cool rides at SoFa.
Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Toyota, Mercedes, BMW.
If you need a certain style of vehicle, we will find it for you. Plus, every rig comes with a 1-month, 1,000-mile warranty.
And $50 down is all you need.
The inventory changes quickly because we price them right.
Elite Tire and Suspension, your premier tire and suspension shop, can do it all. A family business that started right here in the Northwest, building their business and your trust from the ground up. Active in the community and committed to supporting schools and youth programs in the Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint area. Elite Tire and Suspension, top-notch customer service, the best warranty in town, and easy financing. Their experienced team will keep you safe on the road with correct tires, suspension, and alignment. Call, click, or stop in anytime. Elite Tire and Suspension in Coeur d'Alene and Pend Oreille.
This is a great opportunity to recognize the people who are behind the scenes doing the work.
STCU's Volunteers Count showcases people who volunteer.
There's just so many people that need so much help.
This grant that we just received is going to be such a blessing.
This is quite an honor. It will help so many people.
Tell us about a volunteer who inspires you. Go to KXLY.com/volunteerscount and nominate today.
Thanks to STCU and News 4 for doing this. It's amazing.
They say post it or it didn't happen. But out here, in the places we were made for, you'll have to take our word for it. Find somewhere the internet's never been. With the family of Broncos designed to get you there.
Lease a 2023 Bronco Sport for $299 a month and get 2015 bonus cash only at your local Ford dealer.
Behold my Jack Wraps. 100% all white meat grilled or crispy chicken with lettuce, cheese, and sauces, and a warm tortilla for just $3. And they're under 400 calories. So if your goal this year was to save money and eat healthy-ish, we got you.
Taxes aren't free, but your furnace could be. This holiday season, when you purchase a Daikin air conditioning unit, you'll receive a Daikin furnace free. That's right, free. Let us keep you and your family comfortable all year round. Contact Mainstream today.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. In the Times now 6:15. As grocery prices soar, feeding your family can become more and more difficult.
The Census Bureau's most recent household pulse survey ranks Washington as the 4th most expensive state for buying groceries. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live this morning in studio, sharing the state of food insecurity here in the Inland Northwest.
In Kootenai County, 1 out of every 10 people is hungry. In Spokane County, that statistic increases to 1 in 8 people. Food insecurity is a reality for many families across the Inland Northwest. Locally, we have resources that can play a big role in aiding some of those challenges. Second Harvest is a nonprofit that feeds people across 21 counties in Washington and 5 counties in Idaho. The organization has food banks, meal sites, and even mobile markets that help them serve rural communities. After the pandemic, staff expected to see their demand drop off. This was not the case. Inflation has brought a new sense of urgency to their job.
In an average, last year and the year before, we've averaged about 35 million pounds of food that we distribute in a year. That's about 17 plus semi-loads a week. So inflation, again, it hits a lot of different ways.
Williams says one of the biggest changes Second Harvest has witnessed in the last 2 years has been the range of people it serves. A whole new group of people are now defining themselves as food insecure.
A lot of our partners are saying they're seeing more and more working people who have jobs, but still need to come into their food pantry, their local food bank, and get food. And so we really encourage people not to be stigmatized. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Williams says the effects of inflation have taken a toll behind the scenes as well. The cost of distribution and the amount of donations Second Harvest receives have taken a significant hit. Still, the nonprofit is finding new ways to maximize resources and feed families. This week, I'll be speaking with experts to share how you can save money at the store, make the most of your groceries, and connect with resources that could make a difference in your family's lives. Tune in to Good Morning Northwest all week for tips to fight the food crunch. Reporting in studio, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Yeah, it's really important stuff Allison's doing all week.
Absolutely excited to see all the rest of the stories here for sure.
All right, let's take a look this morning at what's happening with the forecast. And I feel like this is what we've been seeing a whole lot of lately.
You know, the fog has been just present. It's like we're a coastal city, right? We're not. But we're going to see more fog today. Again, tomorrow morning, potentially. Right now, very limited in some areas, so allowing extra time on your commute would be a great thing, especially if you're heading out into the West Plains. Our forecast today, sunshine after this patchy fog breaks out. Should burn off sooner than what we saw last week because of the clear skies above. Winds east 5-10 miles an hour, 55. We're going to have a record high today. 37 for the overnight low, partly cloudy and mild. Now, 36 is an average high for this time of year. So 37 degrees, very mild for the overnight low. Live look at what's going on. Again, a few high thin clouds to the west and north of us. We have a fairly clear sky above the low cloud deck and the fog from eastern Washington into North Idaho. We do have a lot of energy off into the Pacific and the jet stream, and all of this is going to come across, and we're going to see that move in. So here's how it sets up. Tuesday looking dry, increased clouds. Tuesday evening, we're going to see rain, snow into the higher elevations, and then we're going to get a break. Wednesday, we're going to have about a 10 to then 40% chance later on in the day. That'll take us into Thursday, where we're going to see that 50 to 70% chance of rain that's going to roll through the area, and we're going to have these impulses, right? It's not going to be a sustained rain that we saw 55 for the high today, 57 into Ritzville. Heading south, the LC, you're going to be at 61. 45 into the Tri-Cities, where they have a dense fog advisory right now till noon. Overnight lows are going to be very mild, above freezing for the most part. Bonners Ferry, you're one of the cool spots, sitting at 31. Now, we hold on to the heat all the way through Thursday. In fact, even Friday, Groundhog Day. We're going to have rain showers really Wednesday, Thursday, Friday into the weekend. But the weekend changes that colder temperatures coming in. We're going to have at or below freezing. We could see some snow in the lower elevations. Not looking for a winter system here. Just rain or rain-snow mixed in most areas. It is 6:20. It's a Monday. Time for our Pet of the Week.
Some animals are very resilient and very forgiving of their past experiences. So is the case with Binks. He is 2 years old and still loves cuddling up to people and will happily greet you. No matter what his life was like before coming to Companions Animal Center, Binks just loves a good head scratch or a nice ride on your shoulder. Andy has fur as soft as black velvet and eyes the color of amber. What a great addition he would make to any family. Stop by and meet Binks or visit our website at companionsanimalcenter.org for more information on all the animals that are available for adoption.
He looks like he could be a good snuggler.
Oh, so cute. It is now 6:21.
A nail biter in LA yesterday as the WSU women took on the #2 ranked UCLA Bruins in what became the biggest win in program history. After the break, we'll tell you more about this monumental win coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So long, happy little blue car.
Oh, we get it. It's hard to say goodbye to your car. AutoNation is here to make it easy. For a super fast appraisal and a top dollar offer, visit AutoNation.com or see us in person today.
When it's time to choose the right products for your new kitchen or bathroom, Ferguson Showroom Consultants are here to help. With the expertise to navigate even the most complex projects, our team will advise you on the latest products and innovative new features. We'll take care of the details so you can make the best choices for your home. At Ferguson, your project is our priority. Visit your local Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery to shop the best selection of brands like Monogram.
Is it possible to be more capable and more practical? Be able to perform here and here. Make a statement while barely making a sound. And command the road, as well as what lies ahead. How we get there matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
When I was 18, I really wanted to go to college and I wanted to study art, but I didn't know how to go about it. Being undocumented for most of my life, I wasn't able to apply for FAFSA or any financial aid, so I took out some private loans. I kept paying and paying and paying and paying, but they just wouldn't go down. BCU helped me get back on my feet. I took out a credit card with them. It allowed me to rebuild my credit. I just always assumed that the default was like, well, banks always take advantage of you. Being in a credit union has proved to me that, no, there is an alternative.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Goodbye, Speed Demon. Oh, we get it. It's hard to say goodbye to your car. AutoNation is here to make it easy for you. To see how much your car is worth and get top dollar fast, visit AutoNation.com or see us in person today.
Thanks for tuning into sports. I'm Julian Middlestown. The last time Washington State women's hoops played UCLA was in the Pac-12 championship game last season. The Cougars beat the Bruins to capture their first ever Pac-12 title in school history. In the second quarter, Washington State leads by 7. Eleonora Villa is going to bury it from 3. Cougars lead by 10. Now, still in the second quarter, it's Charlize Ledger Walker dribbling past her defender, stepping up and knocking it down from long distance. Washington State led by 16 at halftime. Now, after the break. Scary moment right here. UCLA scores the bucket. WSU takes it out, and they're going to be pushing it up the floor. Ledger Walker breaks ahead of the pack, has an open lane, but falls to the ground in pain. She had to be taken off the floor and would not return. So that means WSU had to finish the job without their star player, Ledger Walker, in the game. UCLA, they're ranked number 2 in the country for a reason. They made a run. Kiki Rice inside, makes a move, gets the bucket and the foul. That cuts it to a 3-point game. Now, 8 seconds to go. Cougars still lead by 3. UCLA looking to tie it up. Charisma Osborne can't get it to go. Rice is going to have a chance to tie the game. She's going to throw it up right here, and it banks off the rim and out, and Washington State hangs on 85-82. It's the Cougars' biggest win in program history, and Bella Murekatete was leading the fight song with the fans afterwards. It's WSU's first ever win over a top 2 ranked team and first win over a top 5 ranked team on the road. Washington State men's hoops earned another quality win with the 78-69 victory over Colorado on Saturday. Cougar guards Jalen Wells and Miles Rice each had 17 points. WSU has now earned 4 quality wins over potential tournament teams this season: Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and Boise State. The Cougars will hit the road to take on rival Washington at 6 o'clock on Saturday. And that'll wrap us up for sports.
It's now 6:26.
Still to come, the bipartisan southern border security deal may be on the near horizon, but will it be enough for both sides of the aisle? Sydney Charles is breaking down the new developments this morning.
And the February special election just a couple of weeks away, and over the weekend, people rallied in support for local bonds and levies. Just ahead, why some of those at the rally are so passionate. As we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on GMA at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's the high-stakes hearing that could result in a retrial for convicted murderer Alec Murdaugh. South Carolina jury members are set to testify at a hearing for the disgraced lawyer who was found guilty of killing his wife and son last year to decide whether he should get a new trial after his attorneys accused court clerk Becky Hill of jury tampering, a claim Hill denies.
They heard Ms. Hill prior to deliberation, and frankly before the defense put on their case. Ms. Hill instructed, do not be fooled by the defense.
Hill, who read Murdaugh's guilty verdict, is expected to testify in the hearing alongside all 12 jurors who took part in the trial. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll hear live from legal expert Dan Abrams on what you can expect from the hearing. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance. At each day's start, as time went on, it was easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects may include ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of infection in your legs or feet. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
They are the tiniest victims of the opioid crisis, babies born addicted to drugs. But there is hope for those babies and their moms. See the innovative ways Maddie's Place is helping families beat the odds. Watch my special report Tuesday on 4 News Now at 6.
If you're looking for the best selection of sporty, fun used vehicles in Spokane,
then you need to come on out to Cal, because we shop the entire West Coast every week to give you the best vehicles at the best prices.
Stop by either of our 2 locations.
Respect, protect, pay essential grocery store workers.
One good job should be enough for an honest person.
UFCW 3000, the Essential Workers Union, helps make that a reality.
UFCW 3000 fights to make sure that essential workers get better wages, respect on the job, and a safe workplace.
Fair wages, health care, and a pension plan. The things every working person deserves. Thanks, UFCW 3000.
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care, so you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2024 from Findlay.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now Story Tracker kicks off this half hour with an out-of-this-world story.
2 SpaceX Falcon 9 rockets launched last night from one from Florida and the other from California. The first rocket returned to Earth, having carried 23 satellites into orbit for Starlink, the internet system. The second deployed 22 more Starlink satellites into orbit. The first stage of each rocket landing safely on drone ships called a shortfall of gravitas and, of course, I Still Love You.
Cusick School District is finally open again today. It closed all of last week due to a burst pipe last Sunday. Maintenance crews found water everywhere with puddles filling the hallways and classrooms. The superintendent said almost everything had to be moved out of the school to be dried and checked for mold.
Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It's Monday, January 29th. Let's check in with Mark in our first alert forecast to kick off the work week.
All right, we're seeing the fog downtown break out a little bit, so we've got a little better visibility, 38 degrees, but into the West Plains, still dense fog, and we have fog into Coeur d'Alene and 37. Here's, again, a numbers alert. Yesterday, we hit 55 degrees. Gorgeous afternoon. 58 was yesterday's record high, so no record there. But we will see a new record today. 53 set back in 2018. We're forecasting 55 degrees. So we look at the 4 things you need to know. The record warmth that we have, fog to sunshine. That should happen mid-morning. More rain coming in midweek, and the weekend we start to see a cool down. 38 is what we currently have. We're going to warm up with, again, sunshine, a few high thin clouds. It's going to be 50 at noon, 55 at 2 o'clock. We'll see those mid-50s all the way until dinner time, and then things start to cool, but it won't get cold. We're going to have temperatures down into about 37 for the overnight low, bearing in mind that our normal high today is 36. Yeah, it's going to be nice.
And new from the Breaking Now desk, we've been following details about talks regarding the U.S. southern border, and we're learning new information overnight. This morning, officials say a bipartisan agreement has been reached, and a deal on securing the border could be ready in just a few days. Senator Chris Murphy, a key negotiator on a possible border deal, says a text of the border compromise could be ready to go to the Senate floor next week. President Biden saying he would sign that deal right now. The deal gives the Department of Homeland Security the authority to shut down the border if migrant crossings or encounters surge beyond Border Patrol's capacity. Asylum seekers would still be allowed through regular ports of entry. The bill would also speed up the processing of asylum claims and expedite work permits. Aid to Ukraine is also a sticking point tied to the deal, which Democrats say is critical for Ukraine to defeat Russia.
The consequence of failure here is not just that we keep immigration as an open issue available for Donald Trump to exploit in the next election. It is also that Ukraine loses this war.
But the deal could be in jeopardy, with former President Donald Trump pressuring congressional Republicans not to compromise. The new developments on the deal come as House Republicans released 2 articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas yesterday. They're accusing him of repeatedly violating laws enacted by Congress regarding immigration and border security. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thanks. Taking a look around the world this morning, a drone strike killed 3 American soldiers near the Jordan-Syria border, and President Joe Biden says the U.S. will respond. Military officials say dozens of other U.S. service members were injured, including some who required evacuations. Now, this is the first time U.S. troops have died at enemy hands in that region since the war in Gaza started. Iran-backed militants appear to have launched the attack. Some lawmakers are calling for strikes against that country, but analysts worry that could result in a global conflict. Iran denies any role in this attack.
A major Chinese real estate company is being forced to liquidate, and that could have ripple effects through China's economy that could be felt around the world. Evergrande is China's second largest real estate company. China's ailing property sector is just one thing dragging down the world's second largest economy. China faces deflation, debt, a falling birth rate, and a shrinking workforce. Beijing has also shifted toward ideology-driven policies that have scared away foreign businesses.
A 24-year-old Kettle Falls man faces multiple sex crimes, including child molestation. The Missing and Exploited Children's Task Force alerted the Stevens County Sheriff's Office about a child pornography investigation and believed that the suspect, Jacob Carnes, was in Kettle Falls. On Wednesday, police executed multiple search warrants, seizing several electronic devices containing thousands of images of child pornography. The task force developed probable cause that Carnes victimized at least one child. It's charging him with multiple felonies, including child molestation and sexual exploitation of a child. He likely faces federal charges as well. A judge set Carnes' bail at $250,000.
In our For the People coverage this morning, the February special election just a couple of weeks away. At least 10 school districts in Spokane County gathered downtown this weekend, rallying for the bonds and levies on the ballot this year. One parent says this funding is vital for extracurriculars, for things like sports and theater.
For me, it's really important so that our kids can get just the extra opportunities, because everything provided at the state level is so basic. They don't get any of the extra, the sports, the clubs, art, music, the things that really help them feel involved.
Some of the bonds will go toward other things like repairing or replacing old buildings. It is an enduring mystery that's captured the imagination of people for generations. What happened to Amelia Earhart?
There could be a major development in the search for her crashed plane. A sonar image that now shows what some say could be part of her Lockheed 10E Electra aircraft sitting on the ocean floor. Earhart set out on a journey around the world back in 1937 after becoming the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic. An expedition led by Tony Romeo of Deep Sea Vision captured an airplane-like shape resting underwater within 100 miles of Howland Island. That's near where Earhart was believed to have gone down. Now, sonar experts are giving credibility to the image, saying it deserves closer inspection. The Deep Sea Vision team now plans to return to that same location to get some better images. Sure, that's not something that you had on your 2024 bingo card there.
Wow, that's amazing.
Amazing. Your Good Morning Northwest time, 6:37.
All right, Mark is back talking about what you can expect as you head out the door this morning.
Right, you're getting yourself ready, getting the kids ready to go out there. Limited visibility. So again, as you're driving, just be extra cautious in around those school zones, especially in those foggy areas, okay, please. We do have the fog lifting downtown, but it is all over the place. A full check of your very warm forecast is coming up.
After a data leak of users' personal information, 23andMe now involved in a class action lawsuit. How you could get involved.
And former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is in hot water for recent comments on the Hamas-Israel war. What she said and how people are responding next on Good Morning Northwest.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
You heard it was a hit. You heard it was a smash. A wonder. A phenomenon. An international sensation. But you haven't heard them.
Get your tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com today.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen, girl.
Try dietary supplements from Voltaren for healthy joints.
There are some things that work better together, like your workplace benefits and retirement savings.
Presentation looks great.
Thanks. Voya provides tools that help you make the right investment and benefit choices so you can reach today's financial goals. That one. And look forward to a more confident future.
That is one dynamic duo. Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
dinosaur adventure roars into Spokane. 1 weekend only. Spokane County Fair and Expo. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age, featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground and a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. This weekend only. Spokane County Fair and Expo. Tickets at DinosaurAdventure.com.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough.
Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% APR for 72 months on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
I'm Chad Young from the EasyHomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With the EasyHomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
It's now 6:40. If you use genetic testing by 23andMe, you could get in on a class action lawsuit. The company has been accused of failing to notify customers whose personal information was sold on the dark web. Attorneys filed suit when the company notified the California Attorney General's office it was hacked from late April of last year through September. This was before 23andMe became aware of the breach.
Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is under fire for suggesting some pro-Palestinian protesters have a connection to Russia. Pelosi spoke on CNN State of the Union Sunday. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators say they want an end to the war in Gaza between Israel and Hamas. The protesters have recently interrupted President Biden's campaign events in several cities and an event Pelosi held recently in Seattle.
It's about Putin's message. I think some of these protesters are spontaneous and organic and sincere. Some, I think, are connected to Russia.
And the head of the Council on American Islamic Relations was quick to criticize Pelosi's comments, saying Pelosi's remarks were delusional and show how Palestinians have been dehumanized over decades by, quote, supporting Israeli apartheid.
In our 10-second takeaway, here's the bottom line. Patchy fog out there, dense in places. It's going to be sunny later on, so easy going in the morning, sunglasses and light layers in the afternoon. High today 55.
Spokane's opioid crisis doesn't just affect the person who's using. In some cases, a baby is born into it, addicted and withdrawing. Until now, there hasn't been much help for them, but there is hope for those babies and their moms. It's a special facility called Maddie's Place in Spokane. The innovative work happening here could impact families not just in our city, but the state and beyond. Be sure to watch my special report tomorrow on 4 News Now at 6 to see just what they're doing and learn how WSU researchers are playing a role. It's a really important story.
Vital resource.
Good morning, Northwest. Time is now 6:42.
Let's check back in with our Allison Martinez, who's live in studio this morning, sharing tips on how to keep your family fed.
This week, we're addressing all aspects of the food insecurity crisis. I'm sharing what that looks like on a local level coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
When it's time to choose the right products for your new kitchen or bathroom, Ferguson Showroom Consultants are here to help. With the expertise to navigate even the most complex projects, our team will advise you on the latest products and innovative new features. We'll take care of the details so you can make the best choices for your home. At Ferguson, your project is our priority. Visit your local Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery to shop the best selection of brands like Monogram.
10 years from today, Lisa Schneider will become the undisputed leader of a ginormous pack of dogs. Rescue dogs, to be exact. A second act made possible by the career reskilling courses Lisa's already taking now with AARP. to help make sure her income lives as long as she does, so she can finally run with the big dogs and the small dogs who just think they're big dogs. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Want to leave works all day so I can keep working my magic. Just want to leave. 12 hours of uninterrupted pain relief. Aleve, who do you take it for? And for fast topical pain relief, try Aleve X.
Frisky's World, the perfect reminder that life's more fun in the deep end.
Yeah, so never stop exploring, always keep it real.
And do whatever floats your boat, just like we do.
Feed their fantasy.
Hi, I'm Robert Sacre. You may know me from my basketball career. But what you don't know is, I'm a father of 4, and life can get pretty chaotic. So that's why I'm getting a vasectomy at North Idaho Urology, so I can finally sit back and enjoy the madness.
Vasectomy season is back. Schedule today at North Idaho Urology.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts. 4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Boat Show.
It is now 6:45. Multiple life situations can drive someone to seek the help of a food pantry. Divorce, a job change, a medical emergency, and inflation are all reasons why more people are having difficulty feeding their families.
With food insecurity on the rise, there are local organizations that are making it their mission to help. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is joining us live in studio this morning to share the state of food insecurity here in the Inland Northwest.
In Kootenai County, 1 in 10 people is hungry. In Spokane County, that statistic increases to 1 in 8 people. Food insecurity is a reality for many families across the Inland Northwest. Locally, we have resources that can play a big role in aiding some of the challenges. Second Harvest is a nonprofit that feeds people across 21 counties in Washington and 5 counties in Idaho. The organization has food banks, meal sites, and even mobile markets that help them serve rural communities. After the pandemic, staff expected to see their demand drop off. This was not the case.
So as a food banker, you just want to be optimistic that things are going to get better. We thought we had kind of gotten through the COVID problems and thought that that might really alleviate the need and the hunger. Unfortunately, it hasn't. There's all sorts of other things, particularly inflation, continues to really hit people.
Williams says one of the biggest changes Second Harvest has witnessed in the last 2 years has been to the range of people they serve. A whole new group of people are now defining themselves as food insecure.
Inflation, again, it hits a lot of different ways. Of course, it hits the people who are in need. Our partners have noticed not only are more people wanting to come to the food bank, but also a lot of working people are now having to access food at the food banks.
In the last 2 years, Second Harvest has given out an average of 35 million pounds of food a year. That's at least 17 semi-trucks filled with fresh food every week. Even then, it is still looking for more inventory to match the need. This week, I'll be speaking with experts to share how you can save money at the store, make the most of your groceries, and connect with resources that could make a difference in your family's lives. Tune in to Good Morning Northwest all week as we share tips to fight the food crunch. Reporting in studio, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Really important stuff Allison's going to be doing for us this week. Love that. And here's a live look at the corner of the Lincoln and Riverside, I believe. It's
pretty foggy.
Yeah, it's thick.
It's hard to see out there. Yeah, when I was driving in, lots of fog and lots of people waking up to that.
Yep, and it's sort of on the move, as we've seen last week and over the weekend in the morning hours. This is the trend today. So 37 degrees with some dense fog into Coeur d'Alene. We see downtown looking a little better than it was an hour ago, but into the West Plains, it's still locked in, especially on Highway 2 as you head out. As you're heading out towards Davenport into areas around Fairchild, the airport. We didn't see really any weather delays earlier, but always check ahead, especially when there's fog. And into the valley, about 1 mile visibility. It's just limiting you a little bit there. 55 and sunny today. We are going to see, again, that patchy morning fog. Could see it again tomorrow morning. Tonight's overnight low is down to 37 degrees. Cloud cover, yeah, you got to go north of the Tri-Cities all the way up maybe into Colville. We have some high thin clouds. That's it. We're forecasting, again, today to be relatively clear in around the noon hour, and as you head home from work and school, sunshine. Going to be, well, after 5 o'clock it's going to be dark, but we are going to see a continuation of warmer weather. Then the cold weather comes in. That's going to then present itself with that low pressure system bringing in the rain showers that we're going to be seeing through the middle of the week, all the way through the weekend. By the way, Friday is February 2nd, Groundhog Day. We're going to have temperatures well above average all the way through the end of the week. 6:50, your morning sprint is coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Plus, get free fitness training. Hurry, deal ends January 31st.
Spokane Exercise Equipment is the Inland Northwest premier provider of top-of-the-line exercise and rehabilitation equipment. Once the Spokane Exercise Equipment technicians have finished setting up your new home gym, that's when the workout competition begins. Spokane Exercise Equipment has all you need to achieve your fitness goals. They offer delivery, installation, service, and maintenance for all residential and commercial customers. Visit them in downtown Spokane or go online to see their full line of products.
It's time to start the new year off right in a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. The new 2024 models are available, which means you can get the best selection now with over 100 great choices. And pick the color and package options you like best and take delivery today. And if you're looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle, we've got over 3 blocks full of great choices. So if you need a safe, reliable winter ride, you can find it at Findlay.
We have a garage door that doesn't lift.
So I went on Angie. It took me just a handful of minutes.
The vendors who were knowledgeable, they did higher quality work.
They wanted us to be happy with the work done as well. It is a beautiful garage, I will say.
Get started today at Angie.com.
BECU would like to congratulate Generation Alive, grant recipient of the People Helping People Award in Spokane.
A core purpose of Generation Alive is that we activate youth to lead with compassion. We're helping kids go from looking down to looking up. What we hear from kids is how empowering it is. The greatest gift we can give another person is understanding their story. When we do have an organization as reputable as BECU saying, hey, I see this, I see what you're doing, and I'm going to help fuel this, it's incredibly affirming.
They are the tiniest victims of the opioid crisis, babies born addicted to drugs. But there is hope for those babies and their moms. See the innovative ways Maddie's Place is helping families beat the odds. Watch my special report Tuesday on 4 News Now at 6.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Plus, get free fitness training. Hurry, deal ends January 31st.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday in the work week with the Morning Sprint.
A drone strike killed 3 U.S. service members in Jordan near the Syrian border. Sydney Charles has those details.
Elson Martinez in studio sharing tips to help you stretch your dollar when buying groceries.
But first, let's get over to Mark with some record high temperatures in the forecast for today.
Yeah, and a very mild start to the day as we get into those very warm temperatures. 38 currently in Spokane, 40 into Ritzville. Lewiston starting the day at 45 degrees. Our forecast radar, we're going to remain clear. Things look great after this low cloud deck and this fog burns off. We're going to see a little energy coming in for our area. That's going to be Tuesday afternoon. We look at our forecast for the day. Mostly sunny, temperatures into the mid-50s throughout much of the afternoon. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be very mild overnight, and then we're going to cool a touch tomorrow. We'll have more on that coming up.
Fire burned a small metal shop in Stevens County, destroying the building and everything inside. The Stevens County Fire District got that fire under control yesterday morning, but not before the shop in Suncrest was decimated. The fire district says improper heating appears to be what caused that fire.
A 24-year-old Kettle Falls man faces multiple sex crimes, including child molestation. The Missing and Exploited Children's Task Force alerted the Stevens County Sheriff's Office about a child pornography investigation and believed the suspect, Jacob Carnes, was in Kettle Falls. Now, Wednesday, police executed multiple search warrants, seizing several electronic devices containing thousands of images of child pornography. The task force developed probable cause that Carnes victimized at least one child. It's charging him with multiple felonies, including child molestation and sexual exploitation of a child. He likely faces federal charges as well. The judge set his bail at $250,000.
This morning, U.S. officials are outraged over an attack in Jordan that killed 3 American troops and injured several others. This marks the first time U.S. troops in the Middle East have been killed by Iranian-backed militants since the Israel-Hamas war began in October. Now, the White House says the militants launched an explosive drone into a U.S. base near the Syrian border. Officials say 3 American troops were killed and at least 34 others were injured. 8 troops had to be evacuated for a higher level of care. The Pentagon says a few of the injuries include possible traumatic brain injuries. How the U.S. is responding is coming up next on Good Morning America.
Food insecurity is on the rise throughout the country. Today, we're checking in on a local level. Eric Williams with Second Harvest says since COVID, they've seen a noticeable increase in the amount of families that need extra help beating hunger. In the last 2 years, Second Harvest has given out an average of 35 million pounds of food a year. That's at least 17 semi-trucks filled with fresh food every week. Second Harvest staff says that in the last few years, they've seen more working people seeking help at their food pantry than ever before. This week, I'll be speaking with experts to share how you can save money at the store, make the most of your groceries, and connect with resources that could help your family. Tune in to Good Morning Northwest all week as we share tips to fight the food crunch.
Attending Washington State University, well, expect to pay a little more next year. The WSU Board of Regents approved a 3% rise in tuition on Friday. A full-time undergrad can expect to see an increase of a little more than $300 starting this fall. The increase will not be affecting students in the pharmacy, veterinary, or nursing programs.
The February special election just around the corner. At least 10 school districts in Spokane County gathered downtown over the weekend, rallying for the bonds and levies on the ballot this year. One parent says the funding is vital for extracurriculars, for things like sports and theater. Some of the bonds will go toward other things like repairing or replacing old buildings. For more information, check out our full voter's guide on KXLY.com/forthepeople.
A gallon of gas is getting cheaper in the U.S. The average price right now is $3.10, a big decrease from the all-time peak of $4.67 in the fall of 2022. Washington State still has some of the highest priced gas in the nation, but Spokane is significantly lower at $3.52 a gallon. Kootenai County is at $3.15.
Former President Donald Trump has to come up with $83 million. A judge ordered him to pay writer E. Jean Carroll that money for defaming her. The verdict comes after a heated day in court last week. At one point, Trump stood up, walked out during closing statements. Coming up on GMA, E. Jean Carroll will be in Times Square sitting down with George Stephanopoulos for a morning interview. A final check of weather coming up next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account.
But how much can you really save?
Yeah, I mean,
whoa.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
They are the tiniest victims of the opioid crisis, babies born addicted to drugs. But there is hope for those babies and their moms. See the innovative ways Maddie's Place is helping families beat the odds. Watch my special report Tuesday on 4 News Now at 6.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you.
When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
All right, looking outside, yeah, there's definitely fog out there. We're going to see that through later on this morning. We don't have a lot of cloud cover above, so it should burn off relatively quickly, hopefully by 8, 9 o'clock. We're going to have sunshine, 55 for our high today. That will be a new record high on this date. The old record's 53, set back in 2018. 55 today, 49 for tomorrow, and then 53 on Wednesday, 47 on Thursday. Now, more rain showers coming in Tuesday night, all the way through Friday with warm temperatures. We cool over the weekend with a chance of rain, snow mixed for the weekend as well.
Get outside and enjoy that day today. Thanks for waking up with us this morning.
We'll see you throughout Good Morning America. It starts right now.